I don't know. All I know is we threw 4 interceptions and fumbled once. 1 interception they returned for a touchdown. 3 others were in our end of the field where they scored points. That's all I know. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the playoff episode of the podcast. Congratulations to myself, Tiffany, Becker, Matt, Tim, and Lovett for making the playoffs. And to Lance, Kim, Orshofsky, and who am I missing? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Lance, Kim, Orshofsky, and Ben. Good luck. You know what is at stake. So, yeah, sorry I missed last week. We've been dealing with some stuff. Let me grab my little notes and just go over last week's matchups. So for Tiffany and Becker, it ended up being a high-scoring match. Tiffany won 162 to 141. On her side, everybody had kind of decent matchups. Puka went off for like 35 points. CD had a good game until he got concussed. Achan had a decent game, but went out with a rib injury. Daniel Jones' injury hurt Tyler Warren, so he got nothing. Then Becker's side, big week from Josh Allen. Big week from Blake Corum, which is weird. Yeah, I don't know how you decided to start Blake Corum, but good decision there. Chase Brown did pretty good. Jamar Chase, Olave, Trey McBride, Godwin all got 10 points or less. So, yeah, that's why the loss happens. Commanders' defense ended up not working out either. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. So that matchup, along with Matt's loss, secured Tiffany a first-round bye, so she's very excited about that. We'll go straight into the Kim and Matt matchup since I just was talking about it. It's a big rivalry week here. Kim pulled out the win 105 to 85. Low-scoring matchup, but Stafford had a good game with 23. Bucky Irving was 16. Jaylen Warren with 15. Pittman was 16. Those were kind of the notable people on her team that did pretty well. But the going forward here, though, the Daniel Jones Colts injury thing kind of the intro video that I played was not only for our playoffs, but kind of the Colts' hopes for the playoffs that it seemed to be going down the tube at the current moment. But anyway, yeah, and then Garrett Wilson, is he going to play again this year? Kim, I'm curious. I want to know. Anyway, good luck in the consolation bracket. Matt had a good game from Lamar Jackson, which he looked better, but you can still tell something's wrong with him. A.J. Brown, Brock Bowers, good games from them. Everybody else kind of scored not that much, so team kind of didn't show up, which is scary going into the playoffs, but I think you'll be okay. Still got the third seed on lock despite losing. So, good job, Matt, on making the playoffs. We'll go to my matchup with Orshofsky. I lost 113-97. Low scoring game on both of our ends here. Orshofsky had Zay Flowers and RJ Harvey with 20 and 22 respectively. Even started Roma Dunze, who was declared out on Saturday before the games started. So, yeah, Orshofsky, if you're listening, you got to set your lineups. This is not acceptable. On my side, JSN went off for 28 points, and Jacobs and Montgomery had decent games too. Everybody else was like 10 or less. Daniel Jones got me a whole 1 point before he decided to tear his Achilles. So, yeah, that sucks. But regardless, with Matt's loss, I also secured a bye week in the playoffs. So, perfect. Congratulations to myself. Tim and Ben. Tim beat Ben 109-86. Yet another low-scoring matchup this week. Saquon got another touchdown, got 18 points. Nico, 16 points. And Jameson Williams had one of his decent games, 17. Excuse me. Mahomes had a terrible game, and Pickens had a very, very, very meh game with 8. So, seems like you've got all the big boom bust people with JMO and Pickens having big weeks at times and then just almost nothing. So, kind of nervous going in the playoffs with that, which I know we've already talked about that. So, Ben had a very, very bad week, even for anyone, like for Ben standards especially. Nobody showed up besides Burrow. Amon-Ra, Hampton, nobody at all. So, that sucks, but both of you will... Well, no, you both won't. Tim, good luck in the playoffs. Ben, good luck in the consolation bracket. And last but not least, we have Lovett and Lance. This one was not a close game. This one was not a low score. Well, it was a low-scoring game, but also a high-scoring game. Lovett dropping the dick on the table, putting up 178 points. Over 100 points more than my good buddy Lance with 70. I think Lovett had like some of the highest scoring people on the week. Gibbs with 37, T. Higgins with 27 before getting concussed yet again. And Michael Wilson, 37. I mean, dude got 20 points from the Seahawks defense. So, the only brown spot was Jaden Daniels getting 3 points before leaving the game again. Sad to see. I like Jaden Daniels. So, Lance's side, it's kind of what he's been doing all year. DK had a good game. I wish he would have been doing this earlier in the year when I had him, but got 21 points. Javonte got you 14, but everyone else scored less than 9 points. So, yeah. Green River Road is looking like it's going to be renamed to Lance Boulevard, but we shall see. Lovett secures his playoff spot while Lance secures last place in the league, going into the consolation bracket, fighting for his life. So, yeah. Waivers this week, not really much to talk about, really, other than Lovett adding Jackson Dart to start this week against Tim. I think he'll be okay. I don't know. Did he play last week? He did play last week. 13 points against New England, going up against Washington. I don't know if that's going to be a chuck the ball downfield type of game for Jackson Dart, but I will give him credit. It was either that or Trevor Lawrence. So anyway, other than that, San Fran got picked up. Their defense, sorry, by Becker. Becker also picked up the Jaguars. Lance picks up the Chicago Bears defense. Kim picks up Andre Yoshivas and Keenan Allen and drops Quentin Johnston. Yeah, sorry about that. You see what I saw. Kind of just some games he does. Some games may be good. Some games it may be shit. Tim picks up Brock Purdy, drops Jordan Love. Matt picks up Kyle Pitts, falling into that trap, and drops Adonai Mitchell. And today, I picked up, because today's Thursday, recording this on Thursday, I picked back up Kayshon Boutte and dropped Daniel Jones's injured ass. Tim picked up the Chiefs defense, dropped the Broncos, and Matt picks up Carolina's defense, dropping Cleveland. So, not much to talk about in the way of waivers there, but going into the playoff round one matchups, of course, Tiffany and I have a bye, so won't be talking about the Crick House, because, we're amazing. First round buys. Tim versus Lovett. I don't know. Oh, I haven't been sharing my screen this entire time. Oops. Okay. There we go. Tim versus Lovett. So, on paper, I think this should be an easy Lovett win. But, hear me out here. Gibbs is playing the Rams. Rams defense is very good. I know that they're better at stopping the run than they are the pass, and Gibbs is a pass-catching running back. But still, you never know. I think maybe more of a Goff game than a Gibbs game, but he's still going to get you a solid 15 to 20 points probably. So, Bijan versus Tampa Bay tonight. Could be very wrong about this immediately, but I don't like the matchup. I don't like it at all. I don't like a 22-point projection for Bijan either. I think Tampa is going to shut that down a little bit, especially, it always seems the Thursday night games get played, I don't know how to phrase that. The teams play up to their full potential more on the primetime Thursday or Monday games. Just an observation of mine. T. Higgins, I doubt he plays. I really do. So I don't know about that one. Michael Wilson, I am thinking he's going to have a better game than that. Houston's defense is very tough, though, so I don't really know. It all kind of depends on, does Marv play? Does Brissett get protection from that Houston D-line? I don't like it. I mean, I'd still be playing him personally, so I get it, but it's just rough. Jake Ferguson didn't know he was questionable. Limited Wednesday practice. Just got an alert. Mike Evans will be good to go tonight. He won't play every down, so We'll get to that in just a second. And I'm also going to mute my phone so that when I inevitably get another sleeper alert, it doesn't go off right into the microphone. Yeah, I don't know about Jake Ferguson. Woody Marks. That one, I'm just going to not even comment on that because I'm going to be wrong either way. I don't like the Kyron Williams play this week either. For whatever reason, Blake Corum's been getting a lot of the touchdowns, and they're playing Detroit. I like Detroit's defense. I think the Rams are going to have to pass the ball a little bit. So, don't know about that. Although his defense, this could be like a 20-point week from Seattle's defense. Seattle has a decent defense already, and then you're playing Indy, who's playing either Riley Leonard or Brett Rippon, because Phillip Rivers is not going to play this week. He'll play next week, probably, because one of them guys will suck. But yeah, I don't know. And then Tim's side, Patrick Mahomes against the Chargers. I think Patty always does decently against the Chargers. Yeah, 26 points week 1. So, like, he's been doing well. Houston's defense shuts people down, so it's just kind of what happens. So, bounce back game from Mahomes. Barkley in Las Vegas, not too concerned about it, but Barkley has been a little down as of late, but when he gets into the end zone, you can see here. So, probably a good game from Barkley. Derrick Henry probably has a good game. This is where it gets weird. George Pickens, is he going to show up? I don't know. Dallas, the offense in Dallas changes from week to week, so maybe this is a big Pickens game. I don't know. Nico Collins, what did he do last week? I feel like Collins, yeah, I mean, he does this 6, 14, 22, 24, 8, 21, 16, like this big up and down thing. So you're kind of just hoping for a couple touchdowns there to make sure and solidify that. Brenton Strange, I know going for the matchup here, I think the Jets are like the second or third worst team against tight ends, but relying on Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars offense is always disgusting. Courtland Sutton, pretty safe play there. He's probably good for the projected 8 to 12 points, no more, no less. Jameson Williams, you're hoping for just a 50-yard down the field touchdown. It's either that or a 0, it seems like, for Jameson Williams. Yeah, so I don't know. I really don't. Lovett's team so consistent and puts up so many points, even though you look at these and you're just like, probably shouldn't be that much, and it ends up being way more. So I really don't know who to pick here. I'm going to go ahead and pick Lovett because it's the safe, favored, matchup. But I can easily see Tim winning with some lower scores on bad matchups for Lovett this week. So, yeah. That's my projection. Let's see what Tiffany put. Sorry. Tiffany picked Lovett to win as well. So, moving on to the other winner's bracket matchup between Becker and Matt. Very easy pick here. I believe she probably picks the same thing. Yep, we both picked Becker to win. With your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stolen players on horrible trades that everybody made with you, so congratulations. But Josh Allen, he's Josh Allen. Like, he's going to do his thing. Chase Brown against the Ravens, not a bad matchup. Trevion versus Buffalo, probably going to get a couple touchdowns. Jalen Waddle against Pittsburgh, I don't know. Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase. Trey McBride is Trey McBride. It is against Houston, but, I mean, if they're going to funnel it to anybody, it'll probably be Trey McBride. Olave in Carolina, solid points. I mean, there's just not really much to talk about. The only person on this entire starting lineup that I'm just like, is Rico Dowdle or Chuba Hubbard decision. Chuba's not been playing very well recently. If it was me, I would probably put in Chris Godwin instead of Rico, but I mean, I'm still, regardless of what you did there, I'm still projecting him to win. Matt's team here, Lamar's good. not much to talk about. James Cook, he's good. Pollard, McConkey, definitely Pitts, Diggs, A.J. Brown even. Question marks. A.J. Brown has been performing as of late. I will give you that. Kind of consistent rate here in the past 4 weeks. But it still makes me nervous. Brock Bowers is good. Not much to talk about. So those players make me nervous. McConkey's been good. It's against Kansas City. I don't know what it is about Kansas City's defense. It's just I feel like they shut down a couple of your best players and let everything else fall where it does. So like this would not surprise me whatsoever if it was a Keenan Allen week or Quentin Johnston week because they just shut down McConkey. It's one of those things. And there's no bench options really, in my opinion, that are worth a damn to put in here over those guys, except for maybe Kyle Pitts. Why you're playing Kyle Pitts, I don't know. But, I know why. It's the trap. Everybody falls into it. It's fine. Picking Becker to win for sure. Then the consolation bracket. Go with our first matchup here. Ben and Lance. So, I'm sorry, but I picked Ben. Lance's team just does not show up. It just doesn't. And I don't think this is the week either, to be honest with you. Burrow's talking about retirement, which is interesting. He's doing the hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Get me some fucking offensive linemen, or I'm not playing for you guys anymore, and I'll retire and come back a year later, and you guys will have to trade me to some other team, and I'll actually be able to play football for a long time. That's my thoughts on it anyway. Genty should be okay. Judkins should be okay. Justin Jefferson's been terrible. I know you have to start him. You have to. Maybe you start Tet over him, but it's gross. Anyway, moving on. Amon-Ra, he's going to have a game for sure. Gadsden, not quite sure. And Hampton, not quite sure. Hampton was bad last week, am I right? No, he was okay. That's why I thought he was bad. He only 31%, but coming back, maybe he gets more work this week. Who knows? Rashee Rice will have a good week. It's hard to not put Jared Goff in there for me personally, but I'd probably do the same thing with Burrow. Maybe even Herbert. I forgot you had Herbert as well. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I'm not giving advice. Ted McMillan's the only one that I'm like, how do you not get him in the lineup somehow? Lance's team, poor Lance. Starting Kyle Monangai, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, Debo. Mark Andrews should probably have a really big week against Cincinnati this week. That's something. Devonta Smith and Javonte Williams. It's possible. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's not probable. That's all I got to say about that one. What does Tiffany say? Lance has a slim chance to pull out a win, but with his track record, very unlikely. I choose Ben. Okay. So Tiffany also picks Ben to win this week. And then last playoff match, or consolation playoff bracket matchup. Kim versus Orshowski. And it looks like Orshowski hasn't touched his team. Odunze still in the starting lineup there. I mean, does he play this week? Put in a limited practice. Hold on. Let me gather my thoughts. This one's kind of hard. Just looking at it, Kim has some decent matchups that I like Devontae, Bucky. I kind of like the Jaylen Warren matchup, Matt Stafford. But there's also some that I don't, like Travis Kelce, DeAndre Swift I don't like at all, and Pittman with the Colts quarterback carnival shenanigans, like who knows. But do you take a chance on Keenan Allen? Do you take a chance on Yoshi Voss instead of Pitt? It's just, it's gross. It's gross. I think the Colts are probably looking to see who can hand the ball off to this guy right here the best, which if Seattle's smart, you just shut down Jonathan Taylor, you shut down the entire Colts offense. So I don't know if I project a huge game from him, but that being said, Zay Flowers should have an okay game. I don't personally care for Bo Nix in fantasy anyways. Just kind of mid. Consistent, I guess, but yeah, Breece Hall had a bad week last week as well. Don't know. I guess he's dealing with an injury. Sat out practice Wednesday due to knee soreness. Okay. So I don't know. Who knows if Odunze plays. TJ Hawkinson's disgusting. RJ Harvey, and Jacoby Myers is kind of gross as well. What did Jacoby Myers do? Okay, he's been better than I thought he's been. Okay, I'm sorry, I take it back. He's been okay ever since being traded. I still think of him on the Raiders. Tyler Shuck, just stupid. Brian Thomas Jr. finally gives you something last week, but I don't know if I go for that this week. Terry McLaurin, yeah, I don't know. This is just gross all around. But I'm gonna pick Kim just because I like the matchups better. I think the running backs and Devontae Adams will kind of be the thing. Plus, if you get a Stafford Adams touchdown stack, that's good. Let's see. What does Tiffany say? She picks Kim. Okay, so I think we're in complete agreement this week. So, but yeah. So everybody, can I get a view of the playoff? There we go. The bracket. Okay. So the winner of Tim and Lovett is going to go on and play me. And the winner of Becker and Matt will move on to play Tiffany. And then Lance and Ben play each other. And Orshovsky and Kim play each other. So the loser of those two consolation bracket play up. I almost said plays. The loser of those two games goes on to compete for last place. The loser of that matchup will officially be our last place champion. Is that the right word? It's probably not the right word, but yeah. So, yeah. Good luck, everybody, this week. May the odds be in your favor. That's all I got, really. So. Thank you guys for listening, and I will maybe see you next week. Probably, just because the week after is Christmas, and probably won't be doing one then, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Good luck.